Is the phrase you hear so many people say today, everything happens for a reason, considered New Age?
Well, that's actually a fairly traditional Christian slogan. You can trace that back to St. Augustine, and where he had a belief that everything happens because God ordains it. He was really the first Christian to ever say that in the 5th century. And if God ordains it, then he obviously ordained it for a reason. And so people are going to say everything happens for a reason. So I don't think you can pin that on the distinct. Now there are, of course, that is a slogan of the New Age. Oprah says that all the time. But its origin is not a New Age or Eastern idea.
A number of sort of, is this New Age, is that New Age, sort of questions we can compare and such. What you'll find is a lot of similarities in movements, even some Christian movements, have things that sound like what you can hear in the New Age movement. It doesn't mean the New Age. It means that certain versions of Christianity can have certain agreements on some of their belief structures that happen to parallel things in the New Age movement, but they come from very different sources. This is one example. So in other words, two people can both say everything happens for a reason, and for the Christian, if you happen to hold the firm of Christianity that says God ordains all things, you're going to say everything happens for a reason, but it's for the reason that God ordained it. If you're a New Ager saying that, it's because all is one and all is divine, and the divine can only do good, and so everything happens for this sort of monistic reason. Two very different philosophies saying the same statement. Doesn't mean they're connected at all.
And you could even expand that to Islam, which
Sure.
one of their common phrases is Allah wills it, and because they believe everything is ordained by God. And so in that sense, they are similar to Augustine and that whole strand of deterministic Christian thinking, but they have a very different theology around it. So you have to be careful on picking sources.